everyone, welcome to my channel, Empress Aries 888. My name is Tanya. Well, please like on the way in. Gives me an energetic donation to the channel, helps me tune into why are you. Flip the roles as you see fit. Take what resonates from these collective readings and flip the rest. And let's call in spirit. Let's get this party started, shall we? Spirit guides and angels of your whitest light, please give me a clear message for the collective, one that brings healing, hope, and understanding of their situation. Protect me as I open myself up to channel these messages and protect my beautiful collective. And beautiful each and every one of you are. Thank you so much for joining me at this spiritual table. I thank my ancestors, my higher resonant light, and the divine himself for coming here. I so appreciate each and every one of you, both energetically and in the physical. Thank you for your loyalty for those that are returning. All right, well, I'm going to do some energy work, and if you're not into that, you can certainly scroll ahead or fast forward ahead to the actual tarot card reading. But for those who are joining me, let's sweep out the aura. These are collective readings, any energy, any sign. Energy does not have a gender. And it's going to make some noise, so if you're sensitive to sound, just lower the volume. I have to say that each and every time. Selenite stick for cleansing. Okay, got to do it. Protection, we're going to use black tourmaline. Oldie but goodie. Protection for you, protection for you. My nut rattle, lightly and gentle. It's nighttime, where I am anyways. Hopefully you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Timeless. So whenever you press the play button, I so appreciate you joining me. This is Black Obsidian for cleansing and protection. Now I'm going to ring in the sound bowl to ring in or to welcome spirit proper, and I'll do that in 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got a few cards that a few decks, I should say. So let's start this party off right. I forget what the name of this is. This is the Psychic Tarot Heart, if anybody's interested. I got a lot of my decks in the past. This is an oldie. Probably like Amazon, I would believe. Spirit, give me a message here for the overall general collective, my loves. I am going to say he or she to make it easier on me. Don't take offense to that. If you don't identify as a he or a she, you identify as a they or a them or whatever pronoun, just slip it in there, okay? It's never meant to offend anybody. You're all welcome. Everybody's welcome here at my spiritual table. We have Share the Love, and that's number 3. Share the Love. Spirit, give me 2 more cards, please. Thank you. Crown Chakra. 7, the crown chakra, the mind. Master, 15, could be significant. 6 could be significant in numerology, right, if you add the 2 together. Or 51, could be ages, significant times in your life. So 7, 3, 15 reduced to, what is it, 6. Somebody's mastering their heart. Somebody has maybe caged their heart. Yes, one more, Spirit. Thank you. Love. Maybe they're releasing the restrictions. 6 is significant because love is here. Yes, and look at this, rebuilding. Okay, so it could be a resurrection of an old flame. Could be a reconciliation for some of you, and I don't want to hear the whining. I don't want to hear the groans and the moans. This is reading energy. 16, 61, or 7. Okay, so overcoming challenges. But look at here, though. It looks like it's a heart chakra, too. It's like releasing, rebuilding the heart, just like it's mastering the heart. So 2 different people having a journey where the heart is very significant as well as the head, because the crown chakra at the top of the head. But sharing love and accepting love is what I'm hearing too. Because sometimes we can cage that heart. But somebody had caged their heart, now they're releasing it, and someone is just letting it, sharing the love, letting it flow. Two different people coming together, maybe even a reconciliation for some of you. Excellent. I have two tarots, one of them being a Halloween themed because this week is Halloween. And that's called the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. So let's get into it. Spirit, give me some more information on this. These two people that are learning to love again. Maybe even themselves, but learning to love and be loved. Because sometimes we can love other people. We can show love to other people, but never accept it for ourselves. If that doesn't sound like it makes sense, but you can be a loving person, have a lot of empathy for people, but you don't allow them in. And that sounds like it's not plausible, but it very much is plausible. Seven of Cups. A lot of illusions. A lot of options. Seven of Cups is Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Maybe even for some people, spreading their love too thin. Maybe having multiple, like, superficial connections, but never anything serious. For one or both of them. Four of Pentacles. Can be really a greedy person. Somebody that's stingy with their dime. Worried, more focused on money than they are on love. And Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This could be this person who is very, like, spreading their love too thin, but their money, you know what I mean, close to the vest. There's a star here, though. There's a wish fulfillment that this person has. I have to cover the boobas because they're out, so I can't really show this one until another card comes out, because people can be a little sensitive to the naked flesh. So, yes, this was a wish fulfillment. Maybe you were a wish fulfillment for somebody, but they were into a connection. So they caged their heart. They were into all different options, not just one or two. They had several. Yes, a person in every port. Excuse me. But something's being rebuilt. Something's coming together. Maybe this was like divine timing. Something was happening in the background to the both of you. Yes. Two of Cups is here. See? Equal reciprocity. Cups of Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. But I feel like in this particular situation, the only way that this was going to come together was growth and change and time. Divine timing was super important in this connection, and the universe knew that. You both weren't ready when you first met each other. And if you were honest with yourselves, instead of blaming who was at fault for the ending, you would be honest about it and you would say that's true too. You were too young, or you just weren't ready. And so time had to go by to learn life's lessons, to grow, to mature. You couldn't do it with each other. You had to learn those lessons from someone else. Five of Swords. Through conflict, through challenges, through people not appreciating what you were offering, through people that weren't pouring into you, through people that were going to break your heart. And it sounds sad and it sounds sadistic and it sounds negative, but we signed up for this. Whether we did it energetically on another timeline, it doesn't really matter. It all worked out for this to converge on this timeline. For one of you, for some of you. I can't say all of us, but for some of us. And you had to walk away. By learning these life lessons, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is Swords. Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Cups is Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, if I haven't said it. You had to learn to love yourself, first of all. To not spread yourself too thin for others. You had to learn your own value for even more for somebody else. And walk away from and have boundaries to people that didn't appreciate you and were never going to appreciate you. And they were never going to pour into you equally for others. So we all have our journeys, right? The Queen of Pentacles is here. So this is somebody that, unlike the stingy one over here with the Four of Pentacles, this is a generous individual. Also a person that's motherly. You could be a mother. Not saying everybody is, but you could have that motherly way. You mother other people. Maybe people call you mama or mom, even though you're not their mother. Could be older and wiser. And you could have a measure of financial success. Because that's what the queen, you get to a certain point in your life. Earthly things, you know, the earthly tangible things like money. Excuse me, there's a King of Swords. This could be the person that was stingy with their time and a dime. A King of Swords is usually a person who's usually more head over heart, maybe guarding what they have. But that king also means that they're mature and that they've got to a certain level in life that they can sit on their throne. King is, it's not a page, it's not a knight, it's a mature person, man or woman. Energy is not indicative of gender. We have both masculine and feminine within both of us, within ourselves, I should say. Somebody's been overburdened. It could be this 10 of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sag. King of Swords could be very overburdened by their choices, also by the challenges that they faced in their life, or by you. They feel overburdened by you because maybe they want you and they see you as successful. This is somebody that maybe at one time didn't see you as successful. They didn't see you, period. You weren't in the running when they had all these choices and options. You were somebody that they used to know because it's a past energy. But now all they do is focus on you. It's almost like their daily obsession to watch you while you're winning, while you're succeeding, while you're moving away from them. 6 of Pentacles. They see you as a very generous person. You could have always been a generous person, even to this person. Not necessarily giving physical money, but your time and your attention. You could have been doing that to this person, this king, who I don't think was a king at the time when you knew them. They were at a different place in their life, mind you. Still at the infancy of challenges that they were going to have to face and overcome to meet you at this certain timeline, which is now. But they saw you as a generous person. It wasn't that they didn't see you as a nice person, a valuable person, just not somebody that they could commit themselves to because they weren't ready. And maybe they had options, right? A lot of options. They were juggling a lot of people that were drawing on them or vying for their attention. That's the truth. Temperance. So balance was necessary for this to come together. Balance. Definitely balance. There was an imbalance somewhere. Maybe you were giving too much and they were stingy. Yeah. So the Chariot was forward moving for you, but it kept them stuck in cycles that they needed to learn. Makes sense. All right, let's look at some other cards here. We got the not hidden futures. I'm not going to go there yet. Let's see. Where else can we go? How about over here? We'll go to what's the vibe? What's the vibe, tribe? Let's find out. Give me some more information on what happened to this soulmates and separation, I'm going to call it. Soulmates and separation, Spirit. Yeah, these cards are like trying to break. I feel like the crown chakra, there's a knowledge, there's an understanding, there's an awakening. Maybe for one or more of you that your connection was more than just superficial and your connection was more than just temporary. It wasn't just like we met and we are never going to see each other again. I feel like this wasn't, I don't feel like that's what's going to happen in this particular situation. I feel like there is going to be a renewal of something, even if it's not love or like romance. I feel like there's going to be a renewal of a connection. Yeah, somebody was lost for a while. Somebody was hopeless, maybe depressed, hopefully not trying to unalive, but they went through a lot of situations. To get to the king or the queen, you really do have to suffer on some level through challenges, definitely. This was a very confusing time and conflicting time for this person. And maybe because of the loss of you, all of a sudden all of that energy that you put towards this person, it was taken away, and the person spiraled after that. And they were puzzled as to why, and conflicted as to why they kept thinking about you and wanting you. Remember, this person wasn't even thinking about you in that way. They thought of you as a nice person, but they weren't thinking of you in terms of romantic, or at least like committing themselves to you romantically. This person could have migraines, tension headaches. And then there's this epiphany that I told you about, this crown chakra opening. There's an epiphany, realizations. They're seeing you in a different light. They want this wishful thinking. They want this second chance. At one time, they were running and making excuses as to why they couldn't pick you. Now they're longing. Because you were such a good person. It was this giving nature, that you're just a generous person with your time, your dime, and your feelings. And it's like, this is a person who wasn't like that. Maybe didn't understand your ways. It's like, in their world, if you give that kind of attention to somebody, you better be married, committed to that person, or they better be giving you something in return. This is a person who's going through legal situations in their life. Maybe divorce, custody, or situations that they've gotten themselves into. Yeah, divorce is here. Yeah. So there's a separation that's happening in their life right now. You're being protected. You were protected. So they could have been going through situations in the past, non-committal situations, hit its and quit its, and they got somebody pregnant, or they got somebody, and you are far removed from that. Maybe you were divinely guided out of a situation why you left this person, or why this ended, was because it was divinely guided for you to leave. They needed to learn without your energy around, without your good energy around, protecting this person from their consequences. Yeah, there you go. Bad choices, consequences, mixed signals. Can't make it up. They needed to be away from you. Because I feel like in some way your energy is a protection. Your energy is so protecting that when people are in your energy, they don't suffer the consequences of situations they would if you weren't around. We all have gifts, and one of your gifts is the gift of protection. Maybe you are a protective person. You protect what's yours. When you love somebody, you love this person at one time, and you did protect them on some level energetically, whether you will recognize it or not. Probably didn't. Probably didn't know your gifts at one point. All right, Spirit, give me some cards here about the separation, or what was going on here with the separation. If you could be so kind. Spirit, give me some cards here on this, please. In separation, what's happening here? Thank you. What does it say? Not everyone is meant to stay forever. Some people come to teach you something. Okay? But it's in the reverse. So I feel like on one level that's true, but I feel like there is going to be a union in this situation. And right here, that's why I'm saying endings are not always endings. It's just like a pause. I feel like there was a pause in this connection. I feel like there was a reason why the two of you were divinely guided away from each other, to learn something, to grow, so that you could be ready for union. Spirit, give me some more information, please. Thank you. Don't let fear be your driver. And I feel like there is a fear of control, a fear of losing control. This person could have that, and they need to learn that. They need to trust themselves, intuition, use their intuition, because trust your gut, it's really wrong, it's saying. Spirit, a couple more cards, please. Sometimes the answer isn't yes or no, it's wait. There you go. So this was a waiting period. One more card, please, Spirit. Oh, Spirit, one more card. I'm afraid to get close and terrified to lose you. So it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't in this situation. This person is afraid. Maybe because of past situations. Maybe because of childhood traumas. Maybe they've seen their parents doing this nonsense back and forth. Not necessarily not committing, but going through the challenges of a relationship and not doing it very well. Not being a good example. With children watching and stuff, right? They could have been arguing with each other. They could have been cheating. There could have been like divorce. Maybe they were a child of divorce or separation. They didn't want that in their life, so they kept relationships real superficial, close to the vest. If they can't get close, they can't hurt me. Right? And I feel like that's pretty much why when you got so close, so loving and giving, maybe they thought that you wanted something from them. They misunderstood your loving nature. Page of Swords. So there's news, but it's been, delayed. Maybe they've tried to send you messages and they deleted them. Maybe this is a person that doesn't like to argue. But they're curious about you. Curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat. That's what I'm hearing. They were so curious about you, they couldn't stay away from you at times. You'd see this person, then you wouldn't see them. The sun is here. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's happiness. There was happiness when they were with you. The sun is happy, right? Maybe you were happy when you were near this person. They made you happy. I think you both felt that way. There was a sense of fun, sense of freedom. They don't feel that way anymore. 19 could be significant, or 10 completion. I feel like the sun's also illuminating or drawing their attention to how happy you made them. And that it's breaking this misconception about who you were in their life, and they're realizing, my God, she meant more, or he meant more to me than I thought. Queen of Swords is here, because maybe they feel like you're guarded, though. It's like you can read this person. That scared them. You're very smart, you're very honest. And you cut to the bullshit, You're not going to just you're going to tell it like it is. Maybe they're not used to somebody like you. But they keep remembering you, nostalgia. You have a history with this person, maybe even past lives. They see how beautiful of a person you are, and they should have given you a shot. Also the Empress. You've been through so much. You have to, in order to ascend to Empress status, you have to be every queen of the deck. So you've gone through an awful lot of challenges in your life to make it to Empress status. They're seeing that. They're seeing your growth, your transformation, and you're inspiring this person to elevate too. That's why they're a king now, no longer a knight or a page. But they're worried that you're going to tell it like it is and, break their heart. They don't want to be rejected by you, basically. Ace of Cups. They want a new beginning, though. They do. They want a second chance to make a better first impression. I feel like they really dropped the ball with you, and they don't want this to be the end. Spirit, confirm and deny this, please. Yeah, exactly. Love. It's love. Just want to be strong for you. They want to be just as generous to you as you are to them, but they want a second chance. But they feel like something's standing in the way, maybe competition. Maybe they're going to have to fight for you. Ooh, child, maybe they don't have a whole lot right now. Yes, trying to make wise investments, trying to get their coin up. But they know that there's victory, and they know that they want to come home, and they feel like you're home to them. That's the truth. All right, let's wrap it up. Let's go to Hidden Futures, and let's see what happens here. But I feel like Spirit isn't asking you to chase this person down. Spirit is recommending to you to keep going forward and not look back. If this person was meant to be in your life, which it seems like it is, they will find you wherever you are. They know you are anyways. They're watching you. So let's see what's going on here. Spirit, give us few cards, Spirit. About this situation, please. What happened to your Spirit, to this person? A bugaboo. They were with a bugaboo that broke their heart. They also had fake friends. Maybe gave them bad advice about you. They were in a private relationship. Or maybe they made you a private relationship on some level, and they didn't tell people about you. Oh my goodness. But they've been through stuff themselves that maybe they're not going to be forthcoming when they see you. But you're going to see it in the fact that this person has changed. You're going to see it because it's going to be physical. You might not even recognize this person because they've been through a lot, and it's going to show. It's going to show. So try to be kind. You know what I mean? Fake apology. Copycat. So they are with people that are fake. Maybe at one time they displayed those type of qualities. Somebody's a copycat, could be copycatting you. They could be in a private relationship with somebody that's doing that. Somebody wants to come forward with a fake apology. I don't feel it's a person. It could be somebody that you both mutually knew. So be aware of that. Somebody that's copying you. Somebody that was a fake friend to you. That they're in a private relationship with or was in a private relationship with. Ooh, yes. They don't want to give up this person. So they're going to come with a bunch of bold-faced lies about this person. Yeah, heads up, just so you know. You know, I was in a relationship with this person and they fucked me over. Just letting you know that's the kind of character that, yes. Look at, your person knows they fucked up. They know it. But they're in their feelings for you, okay? But they're scared. They're scared. Because they don't want you to cut them down like this bugaboo does. Yes, they were caught up. Maybe they're not going to tell you that, but they walked away from this person. Yeah. They're broken. They're broken because they feel like, how am I going to come back from what I did to you? You know what I mean? Well, how am I going to come back? Police could be a problem. Like, there could have been police called on this person. They could have, like, legalities, like I said, legal issues. They could have had legal issues with the law because of their past person, this fake relationship or this fake person who called on them. Maybe has, like, a restraining order or was saying something about them lying on them. Yeah. So be aware of that. Fighting for what you love. Claiming what you love is a battlefield. They want to fight for this connection. Maybe this fake ass person that wants to come towards you wants to fight for this connection. Wants to fight you for this connection. But this relationship that they had was not real. But it is about winning. And I feel like this past person they had a private relationship with wants to win at all costs. Maybe even through the court systems, wants to fight you so they can call the cops on you. Be aware of that too. Caution is here. Be aware of that. This person might already knowing the tea, you know, or wants to spill the tea. But look, game over. You're too, like, balanced. You're too emotionally intelligent to play this fuck shit with this person. Come on now. This person's going to put on a show, drama, try to create drama in the two of you, you know, your lives. They've already been doing that with your past person. But you've already moved forward. You grew up. You understand the human nature on some level that people play these fucking games. And you're not going to play this game. You shouldn't have to. Too old to be playing fucking games. Let's see who this person who's going to come towards you with this drama, okay, who this person could be. Could be a Taurus, a Pisces, or a Cancer. Now, who's your past person? Spirit, who's the past person that wants to reconcile with my viewer? Ooh, damn. Let me try it again, because Aries was there, but Gemini was there, but we're not going to take it. Who is this past person? Spirit. Could be a Scorpio, could be a Sag, could be a Libra. All right, any other possibilities? Pisces is here again, Scorpio is here again, Sagittarius is here again. All right, That is all I have for you for tonight. Thank you so much, or whatever time you tuned in. This is Timeless Readings. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate you. And for my returning fams, I love you. Hearts and hugs. You have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. I'll see you next time. And until then, be safe out there, my beautiful friends. Be blessed.